And I'm losing it.
So for those of you who were on the dive with us yesterday, towards the end of our dive yesterday, we saw a horrific looking lobster. Is that right? Did we decide it was a lobster? Horrific looking lobster.
Right,
and I have to say
to
the squat lobster
video.
doesn't hold as much fear
Saddle
anymore
the port.
after
Push out.
seeing
Saddling port.
what might have been
pushing
the most
out.
frightening lobster of my life.
Pilots, I'd like to take about 30 seconds or so to cap the camera and check my blacks. I think I bumped them off.
Which
On what camera?
ROV HD.
1 second. 30 seconds?
Yeah.
All right,
probably
so we're
Want to pull
continuing
up
to
and do an
trundle
auto
along.
XY for that.
Looking at below the salts.
No, you can fly
We're
with your
at a
minute
depth of
cams.
3975 right now.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go for
Okay,
video.
just checking, capping the camera.
Why is it black?
We're
sorry,
adjusting the
watch it.
blacks for 1 second.
Oh,
Watch
okay.
lead. Yep. We'll be back in about
Exactly
No, it was
on.
more I
You
wanted
see
to
how the
stop
dots
the
stay?
shipboard scientists from, the shore-based scientists from having
something
worry.
off to your starboard here, Sean.
Starboard. Is that right
I'm
center
talking to
head?
pilots and ask if I could verify the blacks because everything in this area, the stuff is looking a little greenish yellow. I just confirmed my black settings are spot on, so what you're seeing at home is different from what we were seeing before.
Video, can you come
Thanks,
in
Roland.
briefly to center? Curious what this is. Might be nothing.
You want me to zoom to that?
So for those of you
Just a quick zoom, yeah, I'm just
Okay.
curious.
watching on the shore
Snap
side, they
Oh,
just did a
just
little
looks
quick
like
check
some-
to make sure that the
Not
black
much.
balance was
All right, you
okay.
can come out video.
And it sort of goes along with the discussion
So,
that we're having
Josh, you
in
said
the
starboard?
chat room right now, which is, are these older? And the answer is no, they're still part of the same eruption that we've been looking
Tilt
at.
up.
They've just got a lot more sediment on them. Look at this. We just ran into like a pile of sediment.
But it's hydrothermal sediment, not the pelagic sediment.
Yep, it's hydrothermal sediment. Thanks for the clarification.
How we doing, Nev? I can't hear you, Nev. We still have a 35-meter move that we're going to be going into. We're just finishing up our 10-meter, and after that, we'll have 35 meters. Roger.
So yeah, the bathymetry says up ahead is 420, but we're already at 3970. That's way off.
You push the port, please.
Absolutely, sorry. Pushing port.
So I think we're still moving slowly upslope.
It's affirmative watch lead, pushing ahead.
Well, this hydrothermal sediment means that at least between the eruption and now, there was certainly
I
a lot
can
of
go ahead and call in
hot
another
water
ship
coming out of
move
the
in about 2 minutes here.
If you're comfortable.
Are we still moving? We are, but we'll have about 20 meters here in a few minutes when I was going to call it in.
But if we keep going upslope, maybe we'll find out where the source of this
We can wait.
hydrothermal sediment was, where
Look
that
up
hot
the
water
waiting.
started from.
So we have 20 meters left in.
Look at these
in
nice
this.
long stringy
We have about
billows.
25 meters this moment left. Okay.
So shore-based science team, are you finding what you expected to find?
It's hard to know what you're going to find until you look. But certainly the pillow mounts have been interesting, and I guess I expected a little bit more, maybe we'd be seeing more venting than we are, if we haven't seen any. But you never know. And again, we don't know the exact date of this eruption, so it's a big unknown.
Thanks, Bill. And this is sort of the nature, it is the nature of exploration, which is what we're doing on this vessel. We're out to characterize areas that haven't been previously characterized, to explore our seafloor. And this seemed like a great place to go and see what has changed since obviously less than 2 years ago.
Another crab to your starboard.
Oh, up top, starboard up.
Looks like two of them. Just two
Yeah.
of them.
They sure stick out nicely.
This is another local high that's not on the.
Yeah, it's almost, it just
Yeah.
went vertical to less vertical.
Yeah.
More squat lobsters in the view.
Yeah, watch these. I'll make my way over to those squat lobsters
Do
as Sirius.
not have any tether.
Yeah,
Thank you.
as Sirius
And it's
pulls
off
in.
to the starboard.
So
Yeah.
shipboard scientists, once they have enough tether, they're going to make their way over to the spot lobsters. I think they are at the end of their leash right now.
Has started our final 20-meter move, Josh, co-pilot. Yeah, copy. So let me know when you guys would like another move. It looks like it's going to be the same direction. Yeah, Roger. Let's move a couple of meters just to see, because it looks like we're getting to the top of something here. Copy that.
Yeah, it
10
looks
meters.
like on D2 sonar. Let's see.
Well, let's let Sirius move a little bit. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, so 200. Almost looks like D2's local high on sonar.
Yeah, but you're off to my starboard here, so.
Copy that. Co-pilot.
Yeah, you pull up a little bit
Yeah.
and push ahead just to see. You have a little bit of tether just to see what's out there. You tilt up.
Well, look at that. Moving up to another little local high. There's definitely a lot of hydrothermal sediment here, which, as we said earlier, dates back to when there actually was probably active warm water flow.
Oh, we got some up top.
Anything on top?
Couple squat lobsters.
Looks like it, yeah. Can't quite
Colony
reach
of
it yet,
spot
but
lobsters.
we're on our way.
Do you want to look at the sedimentary stuff as we're approaching?
So Deb, we're thinking this might
Just
be
to the upper left of those
summit
lasers,
control
that
mount.
line
Just judging from the
Upper
sonar,
left.
right
there's not
there,
much,
that object.
You can add.
This could be the shallowest point.
Video, am I on it?
Yes.
What do you want? 10,
Yeah,
20,
zoom in,
50,
go for it.
20 sign. Bridge nav.
Thanks, Bill. Yeah, I think
Can we add
you're
a
right that
20
this
meter
might
move
just
at
be
220,
the top.
0.2 knots?
It would have been too much to ask to find a hydrothermal vent chimney sitting on top like Patty wanted, but instead we have a number of squat lobsters hanging out there.
Good
I
copy.
was hoping that line was going to be a tube. I think I see some thermal flow there out of
Yeah.
that hole where the shrimp is.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Science, I see
Is
some
that the
thermal flow where
hydrothermal
that
guy?
shrimp is on HD.
What shrimp?
Okay, wait. So
Ow.
can we zoom here? Because that's totally a hydrothermal vent shrimp.
Can we zoom in a bit on the shrimp?
Yeah.
Video,
And
I
then
might have
Roland
to
just
set
said he
up
saw fluid.
before we get a
Okay,
better
so we're
zoom.
zooming in on the shrimp right now.
Watch these. I'm going to
we're trying
get closer and set up and
Okay,
then get
that's
a better
totally fine.
zoom.
All right, so our ROV
And I
pilot's
suspect
going to
that
get closer.
crack
He's
to the
going to
left
set up,
of
and
those
then we're going to
two
hang out
round
here and
rocks
look at the shrimp
immediately
and
left
see
of
if we see some
lasers,
flow.
the same thing.
I'm sorry, video. Say it again.
I think under any of these rocks where you see an opening, here on the bottom right where the swirly is, and to the left of lasers also, I think all of those are probably going to have flow.
Copy that.
But we have confirmed straight ahead, so we can look at that first.
You're seeing flow?
Yes.
Is it safe to sit down, co-pilot?
Yeah. Just don't kick up too much dust.
Yeah, I'll do my best not
This
to.
is not going to be hot.
Okay. Just want to make sure I don't melt D2. Actually, that's not close enough. Let me lift up. Alright, I'm slowly setting down.
You're gonna get tugged off that. You're tugging me, Sean.
Oh, sorry. I was,
Well, it's fine. It's just you're gonna get tugged off of it by
yeah.
the tether. So
Well, I know you don't mean it, so it's okay. Yeah, Washley, I'm just a little out from my tether reach, so I'm just getting tugged a little bit, but
We can zoom from this distance.
yeah.
Okay.
You can get a zoom from here, though.
All right, so shore-based science team, we're back to zooming in. Is that a shrimp? What is that?
So that's definitely one of the chorocara
There's the
shrimps we
flow
saw
right
before,
there.
but
A little bit down,
is
please?
it possible
sliding
to
forward.
look more in the hole? I know that's
Yeah.
really not easy.
They're, like,
'cause you would have done
zooming
that
really,
if
really
possible,
far, yeah.
but
Max zoom. So I'm defocusing the camera slightly so that you can
So
actually
shore-based scientists,
see
we're still waiting
the
for
diffusion.
one more little move so that we can get close enough to settle here.
So science,
You're
I'm,
not on.
I'm slightly defocusing the camera.
there
so
is
that you can
loads
see
of
the
flow.
diffusion.
Yeah, I can
Oh,
definitely
now
see
I
it
can
way
see it.
better
Yeah,
now.
oh, now you can totally
Roland.
see it.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got a little bit of flow here.
yep, temperature's going up on the temp probe.
Ooh, should we try the temp probe? Like, should we pull out the temp probe and do some poking?
I mean, we may as well.
Yeah,
Copy.
Washley, it's when we get more tether, I can get closer and
Yeah, that sounds great.
Can probe it if you
Can
want.
you see shimmering water on your end?
Yes,
Yes,
we can.
I'm not sure on my end.
100%.
Yes, we actually did see shimmering water. We're
So
very excited.
you look at the co-pilot screen, you can see a temperature anomaly in the temp probe. Just from sitting where we are sitting.
On the co-pilot screen?
Yes. What are you
Roland,
reading
could
over
you,
there?
Oh, you already did. I believe on stream
Co-pilot, what
3
are you
right
reading?
now, you should be able to be looking at the high temperature probe data.
data view for the temp probes.
Is that correct?
No, I was just wondering what the value Yes. actually
Oh,
was.
sorry.
Am I right or wrong?
What's the question?
I don't know.
I think
We're going to put the probe data on stream 3 so that the the shore-based scientists can see it as well. And that's not even deployed. Thank you, Dan.
Josh, since this is technically your watch, do you want to do the probe? I don't want to.
So
No,
we
you can do the
absolutely
probe
see
if you
lots
feel
of
comfortable
nice
doing it.
diffuse shimmering
yeah.
water here.
just don't drop it.
Yeah.
We've got what I think is a
No,
shrimp.
definitely go for it. I just
Yep.
don't want to
Chorocaras.
take the fun from you.
Chorocaris?
Yes, exactly.
I think we should use the high T probe when we have
Yeah,
a
I
chance.
think we should. I mean,
Okay.
why not?
All right, let's go, Sean.
All right, video, come out, please, and I'll set up and get closer, and we'll get the probe out.
So we think that the
I
shrimp
think
Chorocaris, of which
Yeah.
there are several species, feeds on a mixed diet. So,
It's too far from here, right? I
but
should get
mostly
closer.
it tends
I don't know.
to.
Am I allowed to just stick it in the hole?
It has
don't
specialized
break
mouth
the
parts
tip,
that
but-
Oh, yeah, but
overgrow
it's not
with
gonna-
bacteria. But these bacteria only grow when
No,
there's
obviously,
hydrothermal
but-
fluid present, because they use the
It's only going to be
hydrothermal
a couple
fluid
degrees.
as sort
Sean.
of
Okay.
the base.
It's not a
basically,
400
to get
degree.
those
It's gonna.
Yeah.
chemicals and compounds that it needs to
Hey,
make
co-pilot, is
to
there
grow.
a temp probe
So the
SCS?
bacteria will then grow on these mouth
Negative.
parts
Okay.
that the Chorocaris has, and then the Chorocaris just eats them. So it means that Chorocaris are most of the time found in really close proximity to hydrothermal vent fluid, because they directly rely on that fluid to sort of farm their bacteria to then be able to feed
back.
themselves.
So, Sean, you can either turn to your port
And I was saying
You ever
earlier,
know
they
where it
have
is
this sort
and
of.
set up on
They don't
it,
have eyes.
or you
on
can try to reach over this
the-
rock.
On their dorsal surface, they've got this sort of white
Try to get
compound,
more
which you can
port. I'm
see
hitting a rock on my
through
port
the
side, too.
carapace shell.
I'll see if I can
and-
maneuver a little better.
Basically, what it is, it's not. They're not eyes, but they're sort of a
Sensory
type
organs,
of
right?
it's a sensory organ that's kind of like a retina, but it's specialized to detect very, very small amounts of light that are only emitted from the orifices of black smoker hydrothermal vent chimneys. But they do not have, the like eyes as we know it, special, sophisticated compound eyes, for instance. So it is said basically that Chorocaris are
Definitely
they are
close enough
hydrothermal
now.
vent endemics. They're not found anywhere else in any other environment. I think we saw that one earlier at the beginning of the dive that was sort of scooting around, but I mean, he won't go far from the fluid that he so heavily relies on, he or she.
So what happens in an area like this
Enjoy
where there will
lock.
be a little bit of hydrothermal venting and then
Okay, look.
it eventually goes away? What happens to those species
I think it
that are
looks steady.
dependent on the flow?
So the ones that are mobile will likely try and move to a new area of venting, because
Video, do
they,
you want to
they
get a
need
zoom
it,
in
you
before
know.
I get the probe out?
But those that
Yeah, we could, like,
cannot
zoom in
move,
on it
or
again.
for instance cannot find new flow,
I'm a
will
little
eventually
off-centered,
die
but-
because they can't
Yeah,
get the
it's-
sustenance that they need. Ooh, can we zoom in on the shrimp now? Because it's in a really good position.
Bridge nav.
That is
Yeah, I'll try to
please.
rotate slightly. 1 sec.
Can I get a 5-meter move at 040 degrees at 0.2 knots, please?
But so just from this angle, you can sort of see the
Good
white
copy.
sort of retinal structure that I was referring to.
I want to
on
see
the
the
back of
top
the head.
head of the shrimp if we can.
So to make sure I don't lose my toe as I rotate.
So I don't really see more than one. It just
Max?
looks like there's this one
That's
guy
max?
that's kind
Okay.
of hogging this little area.
He's the last holdout.
All right, co-pilot, have joy lock in. I think I'm pretty good.
What is that piece of
They're
cloth
up.
floating around?
Your hydraulics are up. You're ready to go.
Oh, okay, awesome. So video,
Heading down there. Oh,
whenever you can come out,
and
I'm
you
gonna
just
get
see
the
the
probe.
end of his telson.
Copy. Thank you.
All right, awesome. So co-pilot, I'm kind of on a rock, so if you could keep an eye to make sure I don't fall off, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, yeah. So, yeah, just they were swimming in the bottom of that screen.
All right, hydraulics coming on.
So what we're going to do here is we're going to use the high T probe to see what kind of temperatures we can pick up, and then we're going to keep moving because, I mean, the best it's ever going to get here is a
Make sure
handful
you
of
check
shrimp, which
your
we can kind of
jaw
already
speed.
see, you know. I mean, I don't think we're going to see more than 10 shrimp here, let's say.
starting
And
to
so then we're going to move
drift.
off and try and find maybe bigger colonies in the area that
Copy.
exist.
I'm gonna adjust. One sec, watch leads. I started to drift once I brought the arm out, so I'm just going to readjust
Okay.
and make sure I'm down. All right, look still. Grip force, what do we usually grip the rubber at? 3?
I don't know. 3 is fine. 4, 5, doesn't matter.
Do 4.
I can give you a zoom on HD2 if it helps.
Let's see. HD2 is not great. I'll try my pilot cam real quick. Oh no, actually, can we bring up HD2 on my main screen real quick?
You want it on your screen?
Can you just center and then, yeah, video. As he centers, can we get a small zoom?
Copy that.
Thank you.
Yeah, hold that video.
Holding.
All right, thank you.
Just make sure you close your jaws slowly. Yep.
As I go in.
Gotta come lower.
Yeah.
Nope. Lower. You can check out your port manip if you need it. You have a good grip on that.
It looks a little off, actually.
Well, you're committed now.
Yeah. All right.
Just don't poke too hard.
Copy that.
Zoom out a little bit, video on HD2.
All right, so we're about to put the high temperature probe into this little bit of
Partial.
diffuse flow that we found. And I think this is now on stream 2, if you're interested
watch
in
the tip.
watching the temperature rather than the
So you're up and to the left if
video
you
from the
see
main
where
camera.
your shadow is. There you go.
Thank you, Kamala.
So let's see if we see anything.
Now you're above it.
Okay.
So you see the shadow you're making?
Yeah.
Where that shadow and the point meet
Deb, do
is
you know the difference
where you
between
are.
the blue line and the line?
Yes, the blue line I believe is the one we should be watching right now.
Yes, that's
and then
correct.
The yellow line, or I think it's yellow. The yellow line is mounted on the vehicle, so it should show the ambient temperature at all times. Did I get that right, pilots?
That's correct.
Okay. Yeah, so watch the blue line. All right, so we're
hold
watching
it
the
there.
temperature go up. Those of you who are following along at home, if you're looking at stream 2, you'll notice that all of a sudden the lines are getting, the graph is getting bigger. So we're at 6 degrees. Nothing terribly exciting yet.
the shrimp's coming out of a hole. You've disturbed him.
I can believe that. I think if I were a shrimp, I wouldn't really like a high temperature probe stuck into my house.
Camera seems to be pretty centered. Can we zoom on HD1?
Yeah. Kepler, do you want to take?
No, it looks like it might be maxing out at 7.
Positioning's good enough.
It's good. It's good video.
Yes.
All right.
Looks like the peak was around 7.
Yeah, I think so too.
This is
Well,
just
that's the
about
most
going
we
back
got on this cruise, though, isn't it?
Well, we've only had 2 chances to deploy the high
Yeah, but
temperature
I
probe.
mean, this is the hottest.
That's true. Out of our two opportunities,
yeah.
this one is hotter.
Oh, shrimps. Shrimps.
Wow. Ooh. Oh, geez.
He's
like,
just
"Ah,
not
run
a
away."
fan.
So it looks like we might have had just a high of a little over 7 degrees. It looks like the probe is going back down again. Pilots, do you think we should continue, or do you think we pretty much hit it?
That's up to you.
Yeah.
I think, oh, just when I say it's going to be over, all of a sudden it does a little tiny spike again.
Okay. Should I try to go in a little further?
Yeah, we can see that.
Okay. Thanks, video.
All right, I think we can be done with
Okay.
measuring here.
Sounds good, Washleets. I'll stow.
Let me pull full wide.
Please.
You're gonna have a difficult time stowing here, Sean.
Yeah.
So upon inspection of this little patch of shimmering water, the first we found on this particular dive, we made it up to a high of just a little over 7 degrees Celsius.
Just watch the main HD.
So we're just going to stow our high temperature
You
probe.
saying watch contact or keep
Yeah,
up?
watch
Okay.
contact. Nope, that's the tip on the bottom.
Yeah. Bring it up.
Yep, it's on the box. You're gonna have to use your wrist here, Sean. If you come down, you'll be good.
So I'm gonna, I think I'm shoulder all the way, so I need to.
Use your wrist.
Yeah.
And you might have to just try to get the edge of it.
Copy. Can I bump the shielding?
Can you bump the what?
Bump the shielding to try to reposition it in the claw?
Yeah, sure. Just be careful.
Try something.
But you're gonna have to loosen the grip,
Okay.
which is gonna be very difficult. Alright, this is what you're going to do, Sean. You're going to pull off the bottom, we're going to extend the drawer out, and then you'll have enough room to put this thing away.
Okay, yeah.
So, you can leave the arm there,
Alright.
pull off the bottom. Auto XY.
It's not.
Alright,
Am I just drifting back, or?
you're drifting back right now.
Okay.
So move the arm out a little bit. Alright, try that.
So Nav, can I confirm, are we on the local high yet?
You can kind of see up there on the camera. If you
Oh,
look at the
okay.
top cameras, you can see the local high right there. I mean, it's right there, but there it doesn't match high pack, so
Alright, I
it's
think I'm
kind
on
of up in the air.
Okay, so if we could just get a little bit further uphill, if we have tether and we're not waiting,
Nope.
then have a little look around, and then I think if this is the local high,
Alright, I'm gonna.
then I'm just going
bump
to check
it.
with Bill. Bill, feel free to chime in at any point that we want to jump to the next.
Okay.
Okay,
And
sure.
that jump's going to go over to the west, I believe. Is that right?
I think it'd be good to explore around the top of this mound a little more, like head a little bit further south. We'll probably be having to
See
go
how your
downhill
wrist
a little
is
bit, but,
all the way
not
up in
too
one
much.
direction.
And it'd be
It's gonna
good
make
to
it difficult.
Look around
Yeah.
the top of this thing a little more.
Okay, did you get that now?
No, I really can't hear him very well.
Okay, so he said that he'd like to look around this mound a little bit more, and
Okay.
he'd like to head south.
Okay. I
And
see
that will,
waypoint 3.
that will mean going downhill
Okay,
a
you're-
little bit, but
did
just
not
he just wants to
understand
look
what I
around
was
here a
saying.
bit more, and
See
then
how
we'll
your
make the
wrist is all the way Okay,
Oh,
we can do that
Yes.
right after this. We'll be putting a ship move in,
Okay.
and we'll get right in the middle
You can just
here.
go for it.
Look around all you
My
want,
idea
and when
was
you're
to
ready,
come
we'll
underneath
jump
them.
down, head over to waypoint 3,
right.
or that mound at
Right.
least.
up. That sounds perfect.
Okay.
Thanks. Okay, Bill. So that sounded good to you,
See, I
right?
think,
Yeah.
for example, it'd be nice to get all the way to the next waypoint before we jump to the other mound, if we can. So that's maybe 80 meters or something.
Nav, can you confirm how far the next waypoint is,
Sure.
please?
And it's a little bit west of south. towards that waypoint from where we are.
Okay, we're looking. Oh, change. 1 second. All right, we got about 360 meters to it, and we have about an hour and 40 minutes or so
What is that to?
to waypoint 3.
That's the next waypoint.
Yes, waypoint 3 is set at 365 meters away.
Can we draw in?
Bill,
as
does
I
that concur
touch
with
it?
what you were thinking? Because that doesn't sound like what you just said.
I didn't hear what he said.
So he said that we're 360 meters away from waypoint 3, which is about an hour and a half.
Right, I'm talking about waypoint 2, I think.
Oh, okay, we can continue right to the marked waypoint 2.
Yeah, that'd be
Oh,
great.
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that's-
pilot. Sorry,
that's,
I was like, what?
Okay, that's a lot closer. Yeah, that's 98 meters away.
Okay, yeah, that sounds great.
Okay,
Thanks.
that's the area that you want to explore.
Yes, please.
Okay, great. Got it now.
Wash leads 1 second. Just having a little trouble.
So I
Repositioning
couldn't hear
the temp pro for
ROV
storage.
pilot, part of your conversation. Did you get that sorted out?
Take your time, Sean. That's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue moving towards waypoint 2, which is about 90 meters away, and explore around a bit, and then we're going to make the jump after that.
Okay, that's perfect.
Okay, great.
Crap. Alright.
Grab it. Just easily. All right, now come up and wrist down. Wrist down.
Crap.
Index in, index out.
Index in, index out.
Alrighty, so we're in the process of stowing our high T probe. And then I think, if I am correct, we're going to spend a little bit of time looking around here. And
You might
once
wanna,
we're satisfied we've
time's
seen this
sake,
area,
stow
we'll
for me.
proceed to our second waypoint. And then we will move on by flying probably to our next waypoint. Bill, does that sound about right?
I think so, yeah.
Cool.
Bridge nav. Can we get a 20-meter ship move at 220 at 0.2 knots?
All right, so
Good copy.
we've just called in another ship move, so in a few minutes
Oh,
we will
hydraulics,
be
I guess.
Okay, pilots,
on
here,
our
let me
way.
go over with you what the plan is.
Yes, Nav, go ahead.
We're going to head to this local high, as you can see right there, look around, and then head down to waypoint 2, which is about 90 meters away at 160 degrees. Explore that whole
top
area.
so we go to the top.
We're gonna-
160.
We're going to go to the top, which is 220 right now, look
Yeah.
around, and then make our way down quickly to waypoint 2,
Okay.
which is 160. And then after that, after we're done looking around and they're satisfied, we're going to lift up, do a move all the way down to this guy, waypoint 3.
Okay, sounds good.
220, 20 meters.
Excellent. So I'm going. Yeah. Oh, we have someone falling on us?
It looks like a squat lobster in midair.
Yeah, I agree.
May have came off the top.
Slanted. Alright, video, we're just going to get to the top real quick, though.
It's exactly what I want to see.
All right, so we're just getting this little tiny local high into view. Got a bunch of little interesting
an
pillow
HD
forms
too.
here, some collapsed pillows, some squat lobsters. Is that something else besides the squat lobster back there, or is that... Okay.
Yeah, I think I see four squat lobsters in frame now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a nice view.
Oh, it's a really nice view in Sirius right now. If anyone is watching on stream too, really pretty. And so we're at a depth of 3960 right now. Looking at these extruded pillow features.
Hey, co-pilot. It looks like the waypoint 2 they want to go to is going to be slightly downhill. How do you want to approach that? Yeah. So, I would discuss with science how they want to approach it. If they want to
How far away is it?
down to the bottom, or if they want to jump down to the saddle between the two and go up, or what they want to do. Okay. It's 90 meters to answer your question, Sean.
Okay.
Pilots, how do you guys
Science, I
feel
don't know
about
if you
deploying
heard
the
that,
light
our
bars
question.
to light the mound
To you?
differently?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
So how
Safety's
far
always
down
first.
do we have to get waypoint 2? Like, what's the depth difference?
What?
We.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost impossible to tell with what we have
Okay.
here in front of us. So we could go off in the blue water and like descend down to the bottom of the mound we're on right now.
And then crawl back up to waypoint 2?
I don't know if waypoint 2 is up or what, because right now it's our 3963, but that's supposed to be
This shouldn't be here.
4020.
Yeah.
EM302 bathymetry, it looks like maybe 25 meters lower is where waypoint 2 is.
So, Bill, the issue is whether we want to fly down to waypoint 2 or fly down past it and then come back up on it, or whether we want to, wow, that's some really cool pillow stuff, or whether we want to fly down into the saddle and then continue to waypoint 3. What would you prefer to do? Because right now, they're not quite sure what the difference is between the high that we're at now and waypoint 2.
And we only have about an hour and a half left in this dive.
Okay, that's very helpful. So it might be more prudent to fly down into the saddle and then head towards waypoint 3 if you'd like to make sure you hit it.
Watch leads, is that? Never mind.
I'll let you know. I'll get back to you, pilot, when we get an answer.
Let me think about it.
Okay, take a moment.
Just add another 20 meters to our move, and we'll go past
So,
it.
Nav?
Do you want stand by for a second?
Yep.
You just go right past it right now.
Well, you can talk to Watch Lead and see what they
Go
say.
ahead.
So we're waiting
Yeah,
on our shore-based science team
definitely
to
Sure.
decide what they'd like to do.
Okay. Well, what we're going to do is kind of put in another move, 20 meters, go over it, and kind
Okay.
of get a little closer to it, start exploring.
Sounds good. Just know that we may change you
Bridge
quickly.
nav. No problem. Can we get a 20-meter move, 220, 0.2 knots? Good copy.
Hey, Jeff, so how about we just take a, like meters south and go down to the bottom and have a look around, and then decide from there what we want to do. If we want to, maybe from there, then we'll jump over to the waypoint 3.
Okay, I
How
think
does that sound?
you cut out a little bit, but I think what I think I heard was to jump down into that saddle and explore around, and then we can decide what to do. Is that correct?
No, not
No.
the saddle. I was thinking of just moving about 40 or 50 meters south from here, and so we're still on the top of, kind of between here and waypoint 2.
Okay.
Move there, go down to the bottom, have a look around, and then maybe jump to waypoint 3 from there.
Okay. I will ask Nav if that's a possibility. Oh, look at those pillows.
I actually overheard you. That
Okay.
we can do that.
All right. Okay, so Bill, Nav is totally good with that. So that's what we'll do. We're going to aim for about like 40 to 50 meters south of here and jump down to there and look around and then decide what we'll do next.
All right. So,
Sounds good.
co-pilot, how do you want to do this?
As
Oh my
the
God,
same
I
way
am
we're doing
loving
it.
these little pillow basalts. Look at these stringy
Sorry,
pillows.
repeat that.
So I'm thinking that after
No,
this
seriously,
move,
you
I'll
must
just put
look at
another
them,
move
Eva.
in of 20 meters,
Oh, no, those
180
are, okay,
degrees,
those are
and
quite
then we'll
nice.
keep on
I'll
jumping
give you
like we've
that.
been doing.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Okay.
Can you imagine
Sound
that
good?
forming? That would have
Yeah,
been so
exactly.
incredible.
They're just beautiful. Today is the day of pillow morphology.
Bridge nav.
You should do like a...
The many faces
At the end of this
pillows.
move, can we
No,
tag
like
on
a
another
calendar.
20-meter move at 180
up.
at 0
I'll
decimal 2
make that
knots?
so you can
Swash your tether on a. Look at all
Yeah,
that.
no,
Is
I
that
think
you?
that's just where the ROV kicked up. Flock. Yeah.
What do you have on
pretty
your
sure.
bailout plan
Or
right now?
maybe when I just
No,
suss it
no.
up.
That's
I
just
think
where
he
the
did
ROV
come
kicked
from
up.
over
Yeah,
on
zoom
that
in.
side.
We just
Let's
zoomed
go ahead
all
and
around
change
there.
that to 75
cameras?
degrees for right now, and if it changes, I'll get back
Pilot,
with
you
you
asked
and
for
we'll discuss then.
which camera?
Video is talking to you, pilot.
Oh, I'm sorry, video.
I thought I heard co-pilot ask for zoom in. I was asking which camera.
You can zoom in on mine if you like.
It was more responding to what I thought was co-pilot's request.
No, I'm not going to request for pilot. It was making a suggestion for co-pilot.
That's what I was asking. My question was to you, Josh.
Yeah.
I thought I heard you say zoom in, and I thought you were suggesting your camera.
Negative.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was just me kicking that up.
All right.
All right, video, you can come out. All right, co-pilot.
You're looking back at me.
I'm going to rotate back. So, Nav, 220 is the current move.
Yes, the next two moves. So we have 40 meters at 220, and then we have 20 meters at 180.
Copy that.
Always makes me want to sing Off We Go Into the Wild Blue Yonder.
Dug at me.
Copy that. Looks like we have another one of these little guys.
So we're back checking out the pillows and maybe a polykeet. Yep, that's a polykeet.
Well, actually, there's no reason to zoom on this, right?
Not
We've seen a
really.
lot
We've
of
seen
these.
a lot of these. I would say that, and Diva can correct me if I'm wrong, but we've seen both polychaetes and we've seen a lot of spot lobsters,
Yeah.
and I'm not really sure that any of them require
No, yes, she's totally right.
yeah, the beauty treatment right now.
Copy
But
that.
they are kind of cool.
Some pretty thick accumulations of hydrothermal sediment on this side of the peak also.
Absolutely. So what Bill Chadwick said was that there's a lot of hydrothermal alteration, a lot of that sediment here.
See your
He's
app camera.
absolutely right.
Yeah. Coming
Looks
up a
like
little
snow.
bit.
Yep.
Talking about this one.
And even though these pillows are basically pretty
It's fine
much
to
the
sit
same
down.
age
I'm
as
just
the other pillows
making
that
you
we've
aware
seen,
that you have that
they,
camera.
they just
Yeah,
happen to
I've been
look a
using-
lot less glassy
thank you.
because they're covered
That
in
one's
the
really
sediment.
low. So when you're about
It's
to
the
touch
lowest
down,
one,
you'll see
yeah,
it.
right.
Hey, Will, and
So where are
I
we
don't know what to do
now?
because I'm right next to the mic and speaking
We-
loud, so I
We
guess
should
before the next dive, I'll see if there's
be
any
starting our
setting I can-
20 meter 220 move right now, or if you're not already into it at least. And then we have a total of 60 meters.
60 meters left.
Yes.
Okay.
Have you noticed yourself moving?
Oh yeah, I'm moving.
Okay. Yeah, then we're probably a quarter into that move actually. Go back to my original times table.
Okay, just testing the audio level on the phone from my end.
Just an FYI, you're 6 meters up.
Yeah, I'm having some downward thrust. Let's give it a little more.
So we remain in this field of pillows. We're just sort of wandering around, checking it out.